All right, cool. So thanks for, just welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, definitely just want to go ahead and ask you some questions, but just pretty much to get your experience from the program. Um,
Mhm.
and you can go ahead and introduce yourself and then, I'll kick off with some questions.
Okay, cool. My name is Jaylen. I'm one of Tayo's students. He's also one of my former clients because I'm also known as Mr. Love Yourself Fitness on Instagram. If any of you guys are looking to start your fitness journey and stuff, I'm your guy. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, cool. So what was your situation or challenge before joining the cloud engineer program?
I'll say the biggest challenge I had was time. Time was the biggest factor because I've already been in the IT space for some time now, but since I started launching my business part-time, uh I was going in every day. So and the commute from going to DC or uh going to wherever else further out, maybe Virginia some days, and coming back to where my location is now, for my part time, it was just more so the factor of me being able to pour that time into my business as well and not really having that much to give. Um, because I was so focused on my 9 to 5. So
Okay, so like, you were commuting, you're 9 to 5, correct?
yeah, I was commuting. Yeah, I was going in every day. Yep.
And then like, sometimes you may be in traffic, it's probably like just blowing you for just like what the heck?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Every day is different when it comes to just traffic alone. And also if I already have a set time for my clients, it's like, all right, I'm gonna be here at this time, and then I show up, let's say 15 minutes late or whatever. Granted, they're gracious enough for me because they know my situation, but also too, I just hate having to re-explain that if it's especially if it's somebody new that's coming on as well. So because at the end of the day, like I'm trying to give back to them as well since they're investing into me.
Okay. So you have, this job, this commute, and then you have your own business, being a personal trainer at the gym.
Correct.
And so now that you're switching from commuting to remote,
Mhm.
you just got the offer letter, you're going to get started soon. But how do you feel like that's going to change in terms of your business, your time, being able to pour into your students and also yourself?
Um, Lord's willing, like if everything is what I already envisioned it to be with it being a full remote position, because granted, I was asking for a minimum hybrid. Like that's cool with me as well. Like I said, just so I can just open up more room for me to be able to take on more people in the, for my business. But I think overall it's gonna like open up, like I said, that biggest help me get over that biggest hurdle, which was allowing the time to invest in myself, um, and also invest into others. Cause uh you already know, like you're running this program, you have multiple different incomes, but also it's time that you have to put into it. So you also want time for yourself as well. So I think it will open up doors for that, and that's really the biggest thing for me that I'm excited about.
Okay. So why did you choose this program over other options?
Um, so I know me and you briefly discussed it when you once were training underneath me, and like I said, I know your time was limited, so days you explain you like, hey, I got to work on this. I was like, well, can you explain to me actually what you do? And when you explain to me like, hey, I'm doing this to basically give opportunity to others that need to upskill, or just pretty much live a lifestyle that they can pretty much not necessarily do what they want, but they can live a certain lifestyle that can pretty much open up the doors for whatever their passions are. And once you said that, and actually showed me the proof, because people want to see results at the end of the day. And you told me this was something you have been grinding at for some time, and I saw the passion of which you spoke into it. So I was like, all right, if you investing into me and you believe in my passion, because granted, you started with me when I'm just starting out with my business. So I saw that investment and I seen that same passion. So I'm like, all right, I can give the same in return and choose your program. Especially with all your showing and telling me, it's like, why not? So uh yeah, it was really a one-stop shop for me when
Okay.
I came across this program.
It's funny because I think, you said, people want to see results.
Yeah.
Why would someone, invest in you in being a personal trainer if you don't even
Right.
yourself?
Right.
I think it was, and I don't know if you remember, but I actually got an offer letter while like I was training with you. Like,
Yeah. But that's what kind of piqued my interest because it happened a couple times. So I'm
Mhm.
like, all right, this dude is he telling me what plays he's making, and I'm like, okay, we'll circle back around to it once we finish the task at hand. But like I said, I'm like, all right, if I once when I seen you being you representing yourself, being the example for your brand and your business, it's like, all right, so obviously he's doing something right. And as soon as I saw it rubbing off on others and them getting results that they desire, it's like, all right, like let's do this.
Mhm.
Let's try logging in.
Okay, okay. So, how did the program help you achieve, your goal of landing a remote cloud AWS cloud engineer position?
Right. So I'll say for me, it was a struggle in the beginning. Just because I wasn't able to follow the class step by step, like week by week,
Mhm.
like being on time to the live classes and stuff like that. So I really was self-taught in a sense, but also like I also use you as a resource and the other resources you provided. But overall, the structure of it, which made that process way easier, because a lot of self-taught programs is like, all right, I'm going through the steps that they're showing me, but also the way they're teaching me, it's like, damn, I should have not missed this court class. Is like, but the way your recordings and the way like you have it structured, along with the notes and other resources that you give us, and the current students that you have in the course, it's like, all right, I'm learning this stuff, and it's also being delivered to me in a way which anybody can learn it, no matter when they start. So it made it super, super easy on that part. Especially because everybody's schedule is different. I know mine is, and it's kind of all over the place. But yeah, that's the biggest thing I was able to work around.
Okay. All right. So what skills or knowledge did you gain from the program that you didn't have before?
Uh, I can name many skills, but I'll say the one major skill that I feel like mostly probably most people will lack is interviewing skills. So one thing that you taught us like very well, like that I took like just overall and just any situation, whether I can just be having a regular conversation, is like learning how to take control of the conversation itself. Now that doesn't mean like over talking or anything like that, but in better words, like being able to deliver your point across, even if it doesn't make sense to that person, but deliver it to a deliver it in a way where you could pretty much, like I said, make your point, and also uh execute as far as whatever questions they throw at you, execute them in a way to where you come off as personable as well, like making like, hey, this guy may have a little less of a skill set that this other candidate may have, but hey, this is somebody that we also ultimately feel like we can work with.
Mhm.
Like he seems like a go-getter as well. That's another thing that you touched on. So I'll say out of all the things we learned is besides all the technical stuff, just the overall lifestyle skill itself, I feel like the interview process, which is predominantly the hardest part of the whole program, honestly. Like other stuff is just you learning some step-by-step tasks that you provided, and you're literally giving us the answer. It's like you're asking us a question and giving us the answer. So yeah, the interview, um, that was the biggest skill I took from this.
Okay. And then like most programs, they really just teach you like the skill. Like for instance, cloud engineer, they just teach
Right.
engineer skill. Compliance, cybersecurity, they just teach you, that skill.
Right.
They don't teach you how to get, recruiters to reach out to you for set up interviews, and then how to, be one of the top candidates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't even mention that. Yeah, just even with the, tailoring your resume
Hmm.
as a skill in itself. Because it's hard when everybody's trying to do the same thing, and then the algorithm is pushing just one narrative. It's like, what's gonna make you stand out? So
And do you feel like you kind of got that thing that makes you stand out to get recruiters to reach out to you?
yeah, for sure. You give some of the sauce. I mean, I'm not gonna obviously say it, but because they should, tap in with you. But for the most part, like I'm a testimonial in itself, like me just saying that. So it's proof, it's real.
And so like you learn the skill getting, interviews and then how to be one of the top candidates
Yeah,
on any job interview. So how many interviews did you do? No, tell me that side. How many interviews did you do? And then,
bro, bro. I literally I've only had one interview. I have a few more coming up, because I just want at this point it's just repetition.
Mhm.
But I've only had one interview, and from viewing your previous interviews, I've that first interview I got, that was my first job offer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You get one
So
interview and you got, the success rate 100%. You got the offer letter.
success rate, it's 100% by default. It's like it's like I'm one for one at that point. So
How does that feel?
it feels good. I mean, obviously, you go into a situation like that because we talking about like they're paying you, like, so this ain't it's not nothing that's you're walking into and thinking you're going to walk into a situation that seems
Hmm.
uneasy. Like it's overwhelming, especially when you're talking to multiple people at once. But it feels good when you feel like you accomplish something, especially after you put in the effort, and then also you just applying the skills that this program is given.
Okay. So
Uh,
you did the interview, you got the offer letter, make it figures, is it fully remote? Is there fully remote?
yeah, it's fully remote. Yep.
And then so in terms of like,
And this is my first remote job ever as well.
yeah, it's gonna
So this is gonna be a big pivot for me. So
literally you're gonna wake up and you're at work. You don't even need a prep. You don't even need a meal prep before. Like you can like
right,
leave the food right there. And
right.
it's gonna save so much, time and money that we don't really notice. Like, driving, the wear and tear of your car, like
Mhm.
paying for food if you forget the meal prep, the time the meal prep the day before to go to sleep earlier because you have to wake up earlier to commute, but you
Right.
only sleep a little bit. It's just a lot of things that we don't really think about that you now have back, a lot of resources, time, and money that you now have back.
Facts.
And so like you're making six figures, it's fully remote. In terms of like, how do you feel like the process of like going through my program? Like, do you feel like anyone can go through it? How easy was it? Was it structured? Like, tell me about like your experience with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think like with anything, you can put yourself through anything, especially something that you see the end result of, but it's like when you get there, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be work on this side of it. So at the end of the day, yes, anybody can go through this program, but ultimately you have to do your part as well. Like I said, I wasn't able to attend every live session,
Hmm.
every Zoom meeting, every anything. But what is great about the program, all this stuff is literally black and white for you. So
Hmm.
all you have to do is click of a button, go there. Anything you missed, go back and look over it. Like do your work on your own. Like do your work on your own, and then use yourself and even the people that are in it with you. Like you're not the only one doing this. So that's what makes it also easy. Like reach out to those who are able to like say if you hey, what was the homework or something like that. Like
Hmm.
it's like grade school stuff when it comes to this. So, um, anybody can do it. Pace yourself the best way you know how. I mean, it's not a rush because honestly, it's the warm up before the actual race. Like
Hmm.
when you start applying, that's when the race actually begins. So, and that's another battle in itself. So once you get your foot in that door, like I said, you just want to make sure you build up the courage and the tools necessary to um not mess up a situation that you've worked so hard for. So
Okay. How do you feel like, did you like the structure of it, like step by step, like in terms of program, and then also like how easy was it for you to understand the information, like in terms of how I taught?
yeah, like I said, I have some experience in the tech world already. So a lot of what you already structured, it wasn't too foreign to me, but I still also was learning a completely new skill. So how it was structured fine. Um Damn near perfect in my opinion, based off other programs I came across.
Hmm.
But even if you don't have a technical background, that's the great part about it. Just going there and literally, and even though you're saying this live, like right now to me, you say it in the recorders as well. You're like, you can always go back to this. Like, you can always go back to this. The video will be there. You don't have to worry about it. I'm literally gonna da 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 da. So
Hmm.
it's like it's literally right there for. It's literally right there for the grabbing.
And then how do you feel like, I teach in terms of like breaking stuff down where someone who's not in tech,
Yeah.
don't understand? Do you feel like, how do you feel like I did it on that side?
I felt like you made it you made it easy to consume because when people hear tech, they be like, oh, like it just sounds so like it sounds wild, more wild than it actually is when just that word alone. But how you teach it, it's like um it's delivered in a way where, like I said, it's not overwhelming.
Hmm. Okay.
Like even some of the analogies you may use, like it's like all right, I can understand this.
Hmm.
Um yeah,
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay. And so, what was the biggest change in your life after securing the six-figure remote position? So, even though you just got the offer letter, you haven't started yet, but in terms of like what you kind of envision for yourself, what would you say the biggest change in your life, will be in the next, weeks?
Uh I'll say the biggest change will be, like you mentioned, me waking up and I'm already at work. So like that's just gonna be just a weird feeling for me.
Mhm.
Somebody that was on site majority of his tech career, but also uh just the effort I'm going to be able to put into my actual passion. So
Mhm.
that's my fitness, right? My fitness business.
Yep.
Um, Seeing how much I'm going to be able to put into that, I'll be able to it'll be able to show more
Mhm.
to the audience that I'm whoever I reach.
And don't forget about the flexibility. Now you have more resources, time and money. Like,
Right.
hey, my God, I love to travel, and I can literally I'll be at work, and then like I'll be like, hey, when do I travel? I'll book a flight that same day, go after work, and
Right.
I'm in Miami that same day, and then like I still have an abundance of money to like you know spend for things I want to do, and not like penny pinch because it's like
Mhm.
the money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, definitely, definitely good money. Well, definitely good money. So yeah, that should have been what I started with, how my life is. It definitely is worth the value of what you're getting out of the program. I think that's the biggest thing. Like it's like with me, I tell my clients like what you invest into is yourself at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Your health is the first thing you should ever want to invest into because you're not going to be able to do anything if you ultimately aren't in a healthy state
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically. So, um, yeah, it's like put that investment in, and the reward that you're going to get back from it is going to be lifelong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like until you pass, literally, until you pass on, it's going to be a lifelong investment for yourself. But along with like people like yourself, people like me, like it's just all about impact. So as soon as those blessings and stuff start coming through, then just pass them on as well. And then yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
go up from there. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me.
All right. So where do you think you'd be now if you hadn't joined the program?
Uh Saying it's back on site. On site. But nonetheless, it still was gonna be a continuous grind. So um yeah, I questioned whether I was putting enough effort into the program with me doing most of it on my own, but at the same time, I still just kept going at my own pace. That's why I said if you once you go through this program, you could finish it as fast. It's not a long program by any means. So you going at a good scheduled pace, you'll be able to shoot. I did it honestly speaking. I joined your program it probably was like 4 months in at most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have it here.
And it was an extended 4 months because really the program could have just only took two. I
Mm-hmm.
was probably applying within my third month. Like I said, the getting the interview is probably the waiting game at that point. So that's where the extended month came in from. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I'm here now. Like it's.
And some programs are like 7, 8 with the same stuff I teach. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a lot of fluff,
Yeah.
straight to the point. They're like 7, 8 months.
Yeah.
Like,
Straight to the point. That's another, yeah. Straight to the point.
And like I'm looking at what you started September 24th. I'm looking at the stuff, but that's like three
Yeah.
and change to like when you got the offer letter.
Exactly.
And so,
Exactly.
okay, all right. And so what would you say to someone who's considering joining the cloud engineer program but is unsure?
If you're considering it or unsure about it, um,
Let's say like they're on the fence,
just
they
right,
Mhm.
right. He has results for one. So if anything, I'm just another product of his program, another successful product at that. So I would say if the only reason you're probably unsure is because you're unsure about you committing to it. Like once you actually get into it, there's really nothing to be unsure about because he's gonna tell you like, look, you're gonna get this from it. And when I say get this, I'm talking about that bag for one. You're
Mhm.
gonna get a nice bag, but also you're gonna get a skill that can't nobody take away from you.
I was just
So
about to click on that. Go ahead.
yeah, so once you get that, it's literally whatever else you decide to do with that. And you know, like I said, I don't think you should be unsure about it. Just don't go into it thinking it's going to be easy going.
Mhm.
Don't go into it think because you still have to do your self work. He makes it as easy as possible for you to keep you in the race, but it's up to you whether you go take your rest and then jump back into it and yeah, just don't be unsure about it. I say go for it and it's definitely going to be a rewarding
Okay.
it,
So let's say someone, they're hearing what you're talking about right now.
right.
Let's say they saw, the offer letters, they see like, they see the program, they see how it's structured, they see everything, right? But they're just
Mhm.
like, I'm still unsure. Let's say someone, you know, wanted to do about themselves. If you did not decide to join my program,
Mhm.
I mean, at the end of the day, you were still going to get it because you're a go-getter. But in terms of like, now you're making six figures, you're about to start getting six-figure monthly checks.
Right.
Now, do you
Right.
think it would have taken you longer to get the result that you wanted if you did it, by yourself or with,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it definitely would have taken me longer. Because just how people use me as a motivational push,
Hmm.
um, whether they could be a virtual client or, because essentially you're not meeting up with us, like
Hmm.
you're just, it's all virtual, right? So, um, same way they use me is the same way I used you.
Hmm.
Um, I needed that extra push. Like that's really the the most you could really rely on. Like I said, nobody is gonna I'm not gonna say that some he is going to hold your hand until it's time for you to, leave the nest or whatever.
Hmm.
He's gonna keep feeding you, right? I guess that's a better yeah, he's gonna keep feeding you, you know, until it's time for you to leave the nest. And then you
Hmm.
got to go out and get it on your own.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, that's why I said the only uncertainty is coming from the person that's unsure because they're just unsure that they're gonna if they're gonna make it or not.
Hmm.
And that's a personal problem at that point. I'm gonna be honest. Like you gotta realize what the end goal is. So and it'll come soon. It can come sooner than you think.
Hmm.
Just
Yes, sir.
don't shy away from no situation like this. Like this is not nothing that's meant to scare you. It's meant to, really build you.
Empower. Because it's like you were talking about it before, but like, not only that you have the job, but you have the skill set for the rest of your life. Cloud is not going anywhere anytime.
Facts.
And
Facts.
there's an abundance of jobs coming out every single day.
Facts.
So like that's literally why I decided to learn the stuff, get into it and teach it because there's an abundance of jobs out there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you have this skill set for the rest of your life. No one can take that away from you. And like the amount of income you can scale up to is ridiculous. Like it's not even funny. And so
Hmm.
I think that's where that true empowerment comes from. It's like now in your brain, you never have to worry about money again. Like literally, and I kind of want to touch on this and be open and vulnerable, but like, you know, I had lost my job. Like the contract ended.
Mm.
And like in 3 weeks, I got another offer letter for more, right? Like I was
Hmm.
making 135 and now the contract ended 200,000.
Mm.
Right. And so like and it's just like I never have to worry about money again. I can always get offer letters.
Facts.
And now you can too.
Facts. Yeah.
No one can take that away from you. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I'm glad we had this conversation. Thank you for sharing your insight and experience.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely anything else you want to say? It could be anything.
Man, y'all just first give Tyle his flowers while he's doing this. Because honestly, I was speaking to him after I got the offer letter and I told him I said people it's gonna take some time for people to they're watching at all times, but until they start listening and seeing the results, um, they better get it while you're available.
Yeah.
Because the product that you're giving is like it's a lifelong product. Like it's not gonna go away. So this is something that they can use forever to help build themselves. So tap in with Tayo and also tap in with me
Hmm.
with your fitness journey. Again, Mr. Love Yourself Fitness. Uh at this point, new openings, new schedule, all those good things will be on the way. And yeah.
And I was gonna say this, like this is not planned or anything, but like in terms of, my experience like going through your system, your coaching, like I moved to DC, so like I literally this would be a lot to commute like
Yeah.
to meet, but in terms of me working out independently, like literally in my brain, not only am I consistent, but like in my brain when I feel like giving up, I have Jalen's voice in my head, nah, nah, finish 3 more, this is where it really counts, like it's
Yeah, my little yeah, get them ad libs going in here.
it's crazy because like it really is those small things
Hmm.
makes a difference and compounds over time that really builds, your body and the mindset, even like the nutrition when it comes to like a lifestyle of like working out. And you said like health is the number one most important thing. You could make six figures, you could be a millionaire,
Right.
but if you sick, you can't even enjoy it. You spend it in
Right.
hospital bills.
Right.
So definitely want to shout you out and give you your flowers too, man. Like you definitely had an impact on my fitness journey. I'm still going. I still have
Sure.
goals. And yeah, man, I just want to say thank you, bro.
Thank you too, buddy. I appreciate you.
If you guys are interested on like, tapping into like just even learning like about like fitness, like definitely reach out to Jalen, Mr. Love Yourself Fitness on Instagram. DM him, reach out to him. I highly recommend it is 1% verified.
That's fact. That's a fact. I appreciate you, Brody.
Yes, sir.